Hello everyone and welcome back to another Honkai Impact 3rd guide. Today I'm going to talk to you about completing your daily and weekly objectives. We're going to go over the importance of these and how you do them. So first we're going to click on missions. It'll always have this red dot when you log in. And the reason that you want to complete your dailies is you will get a small amount of crystals and resources every day. Any crystals are good crystals, and if you play other similar gacha games or even other Hoyo games such as Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail, it's the same. You do your dailies, you get your Primo Gems, you get your Stellar Jades, so here you just do your dailies, you're getting your crystals. Same deal. So, anytime you see anything marked May's lunch or May's dinner, this is based on the time that you log in. It just gives you some stamina, and it gives you some free points. Oh, actually, I already have overflow, so I probably should have clicked on that later. But we're just going to go ahead and click on this. Daily login, you will always get this when you log in. It gives 5 little housing bricks for building items in your dorm. And then anytime that you are not sure what to do or where to go, you can click on go, and it is going to take you where you need to go. So the next one we're going to look at is coin collection. This is a daily. You're going to click this little pod here in your dorm. It's going to give you coins. And it gives you some points. And then we have dorm errands. We already did that, but I want to cycle back because I want to show you where you would do those at. So when you're in the dorm, here you have this panel called errands. And you want to make sure that you are doing these every day because most of these take between 12 and 16 hours to complete. You get some dorm tickets. You can exchange these for standard pulls every month. You can exchange it for asteroids. Asteroids are good because they get you more characters. So it is just important that you do these every day. So we're just going to quickly send these missions out. And again, you want to send out the highest ranked ones first. Obviously, I have all of them sent out because I have a lot of the onigiri, which is a special currency from the dorm that you use for sending out the missions. It regenerates every hour. The highest ranked missions are S ranked missions, followed by A ranked missions, then B ranked missions, and then finally C missions. Always do the highest first because it gives you the most currency. So after you do that, you're going to notice that there is something called story stages. So you can either go to the story and do some story, or the easiest way to complete this is you're going to go back to your dorm, you're going to go to expeditions, and you want to make sure you send out 3 expeditions per day. It can be for any kind of fragment or any kind of material, but you're just going to send out 3 of them. And by sending out 3 of them, it'll fulfill that requirement. So just do this at the same time that you do your dorm errands, and then you just won't have to worry about it till the next day. Then we have something called commissions. That is in the Armada, and if you click on go, it's going to take you there. Now, for instance, there may be some up. If you don't see one, you're going to click on request new. If you don't have an Armada, you're just going to need to get a random Armada. You won't really be interacting or talking to people a whole lot. So if you are an introvert like myself and you don't enjoy talking to people, I know I made these videos, but I'm here to help you guys as the players. Yeah, you won't really have to talk to people. You're just there to do your tasks. So, for instance, we're going to accept this one that's blue because the blue ones are generally pretty good. We're going to submit that. We're going to submit that. It's going to give us some points, and then you always want to go to the rewards and claim them after you submit it. You can leave all of them selected, or you can select a few. Please note it says selecting more rewards lowers your chance of getting them. I don't personally care, so I'm just going to leave them all selected. And there is our commissions. Then we have material events. So under these, I'm going to show you how you would get there from the attack screen as well. So it's under attack, start, material expedition. You need to clear the highest level you can clear in all of these stages with the 3 medals on the stage. You will get 5 crystals per medal the first time that you clear it. And then when you see the little rocket ship, it means you can fast clear it, so you don't have to do it individually anymore. You're just going to click down here at the bottom where it says quick light. It's going to cost 115 stamina, and it's just going to auto-clear all of these stages for us and give us all of these lovely items. Really nice and easy. And we're gonna click claim. That did material events and campaign. And then we're gonna click and claim our 600 points. And as you can see, we get crystals, we get some coins, and we get this time structure that we also use for getting Universal Mirage tickets. Now, besides the daily, there is going to be some weekly objectives that we're going to do. The first one we're going to talk about is the weekly share. This gives 30 crystals and 300 asterite. You're just going to click on go. You're going to select any of these. And then you're just going to click this little copy symbol. And then you're going to go back and you're going to hit claim. You can also click the social media share symbol. I do want to point out that if you're doing the social media share symbol, you can click on, for instance, the Facebook symbol to share to Facebook. It'll come up with a post. You can click exit and discard the post. You don't actually have to post it, and it will still count it as completed. So that way you don't spam your friends with it. So then the next thing we're going to look at is the weekly quiz. This is a quiz. You're just going to click on the questions. If you don't get them right the first time, you are just going to keep going until you get them all right. And it gives you some ancient willpower, some asteroids, and some coins, and you will get a bonus at the end as well. So this one, I have no clue. We are just going to go on with a random one. When in doubt, all other options is your best friend. Yeah, I don't know. For that one, how can the explosion be triggered? Or do that one? No idea. And I'm just doing this so I can show you what you need to do if you get them wrong. Oops, it was ultimate evasion. Anytime you see a nonsensical answer like this, it is always the, like, yeah, this one is clearly too ridiculous to be correct. So for instance, we got some rewards, we missed some due to wrong answer. We're going to restart the quiz because we want to get all of the rewards. Notice that the ones we already answered are still marked correct. So we're just going to go through this. Oh, what's this ultimate evasion? Yeah. So now, as you can see, we got all of the rewards. So this is the ones obtained, and then you do the practice stage, and you're gonna obtain some extra items. So we're gonna go to the trial stage. For instance, this week it is Mistdown, Sheriak, she's Dreamweaver. We have Prometheus, and then we have Hersher of Rebirth. Now, normally I do this on mobile. It is a whole lot easier to play this game on mobile because you can just tap the button directly. If you play on PC, you're going to have a lot harder time because you're going to have to hit a lot of buttons, and it's just going to be a lot of extra work. So, you're just going to do this real quick so you can see what it looks like. And we have the Nihilus Seed. Anytime you see imaginary enemies, you're fighting this for a while. And it's not particularly the most exciting thing, but the good thing about the trial stage is it lets you try these characters out, so if you might be interested in getting them sometime when they're up on the supply banner, then you can get them. In the case of like Prometheus, for example, you get her from the asteroid shop. So it's pretty nice because it just lets you preview the characters. Dreamweaver here is very powerful. She's definitely one that I want to get at some point. So there's the trial stage done. And we only spent about about 1 minute and 9 seconds. That's not too bad. And then we get the rest of the rewards from it. So that's the weekly quiz. And then the next thing that I want to talk about is I want to talk about the arena. So in the arena, there's going to be 3 different bosses every week. You can only get rewards for fighting bosses 10 of the times, and you can fight each boss 5 times. So that means you really only need to do 2 bosses to get the maximum amount of rewards for the week and to complete your weekly objective. Now note, this one here has a score plus 20%. Now it is important that you note the information about these bosses. For instance, this is the Psi-type boss. And then this is an imaginary type boss, so you want to bring an imaginary character. And this one here, this is an SD type boss, so you need an SD character that's either Senadina or Old Odrisio. And then in weekly report, it'll show you the amount of rewards that you can obtain and the ranking. Based on your ranking, you can obtain a few extra rewards every week, so if you really want, you can do all 3 of them just to increase your ranking. Next, after Arena, there is going to be the Abyss. Now, the Abyss is not actually open right now, but I'm going to show you how you get to that. So under Challenge, it's going to be this thing called Q Manifold. If you are past level 80, it's going to say Super String. So when you click on it, it's going to have 10 floors. And then the maximum amount of rewards you can get are off to the right side. So you get some crystals, you get some asteroid, you get some skill material, and you get some ancient legacy, which is the premium more treasury currency that gets you the fancier units like Siren. Now I do want you to note that in the upper right corner there is this electrical symbol that says Chain Shock. Now, since it's preparing, it's not going to tell us anything about it, but what I can tell you is that means that enemies will take bonus lightning damage, and you will get an extra ability that deals additional lightning damage to enemies. Obviously, you want to bring a unit that does lightning damage to do the most amount of damage, or if you're really struggling, of course you can just bring your Part 2 trio if you have the trio, and they'll probably be fine. Now there are 3 difficulty levels in Q Manifold. There is Red Lotus, there is Agony, and there is Sinful, Agony, and Red Lotus, yeah. So last week I cleared Sinful, so now I am in Agony this week, and then if I were to clear it I would go up to Red Lotus. However, I usually don't make it to Red Lotus because I am missing a lot of equipment on some of my characters. And then the next one that I want to talk about is going to be the Universal Mirage. Now here we've got Glacial Fences. This is for ice. Illuminated Land is for fire. Roaring Palace is for lightning. And Blade Grave is for physical. Now Universal Mirage is where you're going to farm Stigmata, a currency from. Now every time you clear this, you will get this green currency. You need this in the Part 2 Stigmata. I know this is technically like a Part 1 activity, but you can't ignore this because in order to forage your Part 2 Stigmata, you do need this green ether fuel, and this comes from Universal Mirage. And then you will get that no matter which of the 4 that you select. So no matter which one, you're always going to be getting some ether fuel. Now, on the first time that you clear these extra rewards, you will get for free. Any extra time after that, you can see this Tier 7 one costs 100 of these Universal Mirage tickets, and then you get more rewards. If you didn't want to use the tickets, you get this lesser amount of rewards. Now, these different trade items are used to craft Stigmata and gear. So just to show you an example, we're going to go to the Foundry. Now here is the Part 2 Stigmatas. As you can see, they need ether fuels and the Source Prism. Then if we look at the Part 1 Stigmatas, they need the ether fuel, but then for instance, they need the different associated element crystals. And this one here, True Gift, this is one of Siren's Stigmatas, so you can completely farm all for Stigmatas just from this, which is really nice and useful. You need to do 6 of these stages per week. If you're a new player, what you want to do is you just want to go through and focus on clearing them. These go up in level as you go, so just keep going to get your free clear every time. So you get the extra materials, and you just want to focus on the progression until you get all the way down to the end. Now, you don't generally want to let these max out. Mine are maxed out because I have been playing Star Rail mostly this week since we got the new update there. But as you can see, you get an invite at 4 a.m. every day. You get 1 per day, but you get 2 on Friday and 2 on Sunday. You generally don't want to let these sit maxed like I have though. So that's your Universal Garage. And then the next king, I can't really show you the sim battle right now, but where you would find the sim battle is you would go to the Armada, it would say sim battle up here, you would click on it, and you will use generally trial battle suits or your own if you have them and they are leveled up. Generally just do the trial battle suits, it gives you the highest ranked ones with their equipment, and you're just going to do a trial stage. If you get it wrong, just keep going, and then just clear that. They're generally not too difficult. When in doubt, just mash the buttons of the character, and it hit all the buttons. If they're flashing, you make sure you hit them. That's the best advice I can give you for that. Realms of Battle, this is what replaced co-op. In the Realms of Battle, you have to clear all of these outer nodes to do this node in the middle. So generally, you will get trial characters for this. For instance, it gives you the Mars trio. They're ranked up pretty well. Some of these other ones, it'll give you, here's one where it gives you Thelema to try. This one's just Senadina. Oh, this one gives you Aponia to try. Aponia is really good. So you're just going to use the trial battle suits for the most part because you're going to be ranked up with all of their signature gear. You're going to challenge all of these outer nodes, and then you're going to challenge this one in the middle. The one in the middle, you cannot use trial battle suits on, you can only use your own. I just recommend you do your best. As long as you have some decent units, they don't even need to have all their gear, you can generally clear it. It won't be the fastest, but you're generally get at least the 7 stars for the week. And as you can see, you get coins, you get the jades, those are for leveling up the divine keys, the phase shifter, that's for leveling up stigmata, and then you get some pre-arm materials, and then this trade here you can select the astrolop skill leveling material. So that's pretty easy to do since it gives you the trial units. Next we've got the Elysian Realm. That's located here. Now the first time that you log into this every week, when you go to Valkyrie Upgrades, you're going to get one of these flawless keys. You can unlock 1 new character for use in the realm per week based on the units that you already own. So just pick ones that you enjoy playing. Eventually you will have them all unlocked. And the reason that you want to make sure that you do this every week is because when you click on this, you can do shallow sequence. You can do this once per character, so you can claim up to 400 crystals per unique character. By doing their stages, you'll get to do 3 different stages here to claim those crystals. So it's a good bonus, one-time bonus. As you can see, some characters here I'm stuck on like 8 or 7, and some of them I just haven't gotten around to doing some of the stages on. Some characters are easier than others. I find that this is a good way that really teaches you how to play the character, so it really helps you familiarize yourself with that character. Now the one that we want to do every week is Deep Sequence, but I do want to call attention to over on the side where it says Chapter Progress. When you're a new player, you're going to have a lot of story in here. If you try to click on this and start Deep Sequence and it does not let you, what you are going to do is you're just going to do whatever quest it is telling you to do. It will generally send you into an instance in here. And then after you come out of the quest, you're not going to talk to any NPCs. You're just going to do your Deep Sequence for the week. That will enable you to be able to do your weekly. Now every week there's going to be some different stage effects. So for example, to tell you all of the different kings here, Generally what you want to aim for is the Shroud as a new player. It gives you these easy bosses. On all of the other levels after Shroud, it gives you these more difficult bosses. And this dude here is an SD type, so if you don't have Sendina or you didn't buy Old Crisio from the shop, you are going to not have a fun time in there. Now keep in mind you're only bringing one character, so Shroud you can kind of bring any character you want. It's generally easy. These bosses are generally a pushover if you have selected some good buffs from the cards in there. This is kind of like your simulated universe. And then you do get 30 points, so for example, you just select some points. So generally this one's good, this one's good, this one's good, and then this one. You might want to select one of these as well. But if you're doing a weekly clear with one of the most difficult ones, like I said, if you don't bring the matching type, you're probably not going to have a great time, but I mean, it's still doable. Just be prepared to not have a whole lot of fun. And then clicking on the reward points will show you like the total amount of rewards that you get for each of those tiers. When you clear this one, you get an emblem. It increases your damage, so you want to equip that. And then this shows the maximum amount of points that you can get. So for example, if you do Shroud, you get 13,000 points, which means you'll be right down here. And of course the highest is Finality, which will push you all the way up to the end. But you can also get that from Corruption. You have to do Corruption basically to get all the way down. Now, the other thing that I do want to point out in here is we have diverging paths. This is like your simulated universe tree, again, if you play Star Rail. If not, the first thing that you're going to start on here is you're going to select the combat buffs because you need these buffs. They really increase your damage, it really helps. Then the next thing you want to do after that is you want to do wealth, because this allows you to get a discount on the cards and also to receive more currency from each floor. The defense cards I would do last, unless you're really having survivability issues, because it's better to have the damage boost and the more currency to spend at Felis's shop before you go into the final boss floor. And then these ones give like portal resets, more signets available. So you want to do combat, wealth, feast, and then Aegis, but you can do Aegis sooner if you're having survivability issues. And you will get currency to upgrade that every time that you run this. And that is, where is it at? It's this currency here. Oh, that's rooms. This one. Yeah, Stone of Choice. You're going to use this to upgrade the talents. And then this currency is for unlocking extra story information. And then the only other thing that you need to be aware of in here, let's see, Remembrance Vessels. So you can upgrade these. You get some crystals every time that you upgrade them. It gives you a lot of extra crystals, basically, which is good. Collection. I do want to point out, when you go to collection rewards, you want to make sure that you are collecting each unique signet card once. You get some collection bonuses, like for instance, if you have all of Cosmos signets, you get 50 extra crystals. It really helps when you're trying to save. Same goes for these, oh my gosh, just went off the screen again. Same goes for the, each unique battle suit has all of their different signets, so you just want to make sure again that you're collecting all of them. And then you can see in the shop, for the Elysian Realm, you can get the rank up stamps, which gets converted into 10 fragments. You can rank up Hersher Flame Scion, Hersher of Sentience, Dea Ankara, Hersher Thunder, Spina Astra, Miss Pink Elf, and Hersher of Reason from here. You can also get 25 fragment traits per version or per patch. I recommend getting these. It doesn't cost. It only costs you like a couple hundred of the currency, and then you can easily get a lot of fragments. I like to focus on Midnight Absinthe just because I like her. I like her gameplay. But really, there's a lot of these that you can get an upgrade, and they're not bad. Like Mabuki Armor. She turns into Drive Cometa. Not too bad. basic Zila, Valkyrie Gloria maybe if you need some more fire support. You can also get some Honkai shards. You can purchase 2 of these per version. You use these to upgrade weapons, and I'm actually going to get mine here because I didn't get them since the new patch. And yeah, so generally you can get a character to like S1 rank, but see it says you have to clear deep secrets on Shroud or above, and then some are on Inferno or above. So, again, you just want to make sure that you do this every week as a new player, or if you just want to take it easy, you're just doing Shroud. Shroud is pretty easy as long as you get some decent buffs. It's going to be like a cakewalk, basically. You're not going to have a difficult time with it, unless the character that you're on doesn't have any of their skills leveled, or doesn't have any of their gear at all. Not that gear is super important for it, but you at least want to have like their signature weapon. If you don't have a signature weapon for a character, you want to craft one of the purple quality weapons for them from the foundry. So that is everything that we've talked about here. The last thing that we want to talk about is adventure tasks. Now here it's going to tell me a couple of different things because I haven't clicked on this week. So every week you can only have one map active unless it's your first time entering that map. Now there are 4 different maps. The very first one you're going to be able to interact with is the Sakura Samsara. There's also the Schicksal headquarters, a post-Honkai Odyssey, and a post-Honkai Odyssey Chapter 2. So I have generally just been doing Sakura Samsara because it's easy, and I've been leveling up this little Higokumaru because I have Schicksal one leveled up. Every time you level up Higokumaru, she gets a lot of XP every week. So for example, when she levels up to 21, I'll be able to get 60 crystals from doing this mission. So for the adventure tasks, you're going to click on this board over here, and it says open. And then you're going to select some tasks. I'm going to claim all of my reserve stamina. Now you get 15 refreshes, so you can just go through until you find items that interest you or that you want. So I'm going to accept this one. Sometimes there is a small chance for a mission that drops crystals to spawn, but it is a very low chance. But I do advise that when you get down to your last mission, you just go through all of them just to see if you can't manage to get the crystal one to show up. But it is a very rare chance, so you may not see it. What do we have here? We have cores, we'll get that. So you just pick the rewards that interest you. We'll pick that. And then we'll use up our refreshes. I don't think we're going to get lucky with the crystal mission, and no, we did not. Never use your crystals to refresh missions, only use your 15 free refreshes. If you don't see what you want by then you're not getting that extra crystal mission, but that's okay, it never hurts to check. So as you can see, every week when it finalizes, you will get some extra rewards down here. You can get some extra Stigmata resonance. Use this in the exchange shop. You can get some items for it. You get coins, you get some asteroid, and then you get a crystal flash tank. This gives you a new Rafer slot. The only way you can get this is from the adventure tasks. Basically, this will allow you to instantly get 2 affix slots on a Stigmata. Now, you can accept 5 tasks every time adventure tasks are open, and adventure tasks are only open on Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, so you want to make sure that you're doing that. I believe it is Saturday. Let me just double check here. Yeah, it is Saturday because there is none on Sunday. Let me go back. So, once you've selected your 5 tasks, then you're going to go click on Start. Now, for example, in Sakura Samsara here, I am going to just bring my basic team. Now this one has food effects. You always want to click on this function food once you unlock it and cook and eat it. This allows you to instantly complete the tasks, and then you're just going to click on start. It's going to drop you into the map. And oh look, we spawned right on top of a task. So we'll do this task real quick. So we are gonna... it can be a little fussy. You may have to circle around it a couple of times. So we are just gonna kill these things. Oh, we've got a dude over here. Where's this guy at? He's like hiding. These are generally not very difficult. You can just bring like even just one unit. You don't necessarily even need to bring 3. Like for instance, I'm just using Prometheus. I'm not even bothering to switch early. And boom, there's a task done. And then you can click save and exit. And then when you're done with your tasks, make sure that you hand it in on this screen before you leave the screen, otherwise it'll go away. So you always want to make sure that you claim them. And then once you've done all 5, you will click on this and collect it, and you want to make sure that you collect that before your daily reset time on the days that the adventure tasks are open. So as you can see up here as well, you can only earn 10,000 Battle Pass experience per week. So if you get real close to that 10,000, just only focus on your dailies. But you generally want to do all these weekly activities. Now I don't recommend doing them all on the same day. I recommend that you split it up. So for example, today is Thursday, I'm doing my adventure tasks. Maybe I'll also do 1 round of Memorial Arena. And then perhaps tomorrow I'll do my Elysian Realm and I'll do Sim Battle because it'll be open. And then maybe sometime later this weekend I'll do Affinity, Abyss, and Realms of Battle. But you don't want to do all of them at once, or it's going to make you feel really burnt out. Now, if this is the only gacha game that you're playing and you don't play any other games and you just want to marathon all of them at once, I mean, feel free, go ahead. Do them if they're open, but I generally just recommend you split it up. So like I do adventure tasks, maybe I'll do some arena, or maybe I do my adventure tasks and then I do my Universal Mirage. So splitting it up is the best, so that way you don't feel overwhelmed. And then every week as well, there will be a little extra crate down here you can claim. It'll give you some extra XP, that'll give you like an extra level as well. The free-to-play track is still very good because as you can see, we're getting some crystals, we're getting the Ancient Legacy, we're getting Asteroid, there's some more crystals, there's some more crystals, more crystals. So you're still getting a good amount of resources just from the free-to-play track. And then in the shop, if you're free to play, like I said, you're not really going to be able to get anything other than maybe a weapon or a stigmata, as long as you get that dorm currency. But this battle pass theme will be active from 7.4 to 7.7, so you will have 3 patches to be able to save up. In the workshop, this is the, if you had any of the golden ones from last time, you can still exchange them here. And then in the arsenal, there's a couple items. There is an equipment card or a free equipment pool for 600 of the honor chip. I recommend that you always prioritize this one. And then after that, you want to prioritize the ancient willpower, and then either the Honkai shard or the astral ops skill up material. The rest of these are kind of optional, but those are the ones that I would prioritize and go for the most. And that's really all there is to it. So just make sure you're doing your dailies and then split up your weeklies every day so you don't get overwhelmed. Well, I hope you learned some good information from this video, and I will see you back in another Honkai Impact 3rd guide.